Hello everybody, I'm Katie Knight and welcome to our special 4-part series of Can You Put Me on Guestlist live from Soho House Barcelona in partnership with Techno Chill. I am so excited to have somebody who I've wanted to chat to for a very long time here on the podcast, and that is the one and only DJ Tennis. So as most of you will know, beyond DJing, producing and heading up Life and Death, he's also the founder of Munchie Town and a total foodie. So in this episode, we talk a lot about food. We dive into his passion for cooking, the foods that he likes, the best places to eat. There's lots of good restaurant tips in this chat. And we also talk about DJs that know how to cook and those that don't. On top of all of this, we talk about how he started out, his role as a manager, dream collaborations, and just how he balances everything as he works on so many things at once. This episode is powered by Trackstack, the platform to manage your demos, promos, and sell your music expertise. You can use the code CUPMOG, that is the first letter of every word of Can You Put Me on Guestlist, for 10% off for life. Right, this is DJ Tennis on Can You Put Me on Guestlist, live from Soho House Barcelona. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Soho House Barcelona and to this live recording of Can You Put Me on Guestlist. With me is DJ Tennis. Hello.
Ciao. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good.
How was last night?
Challenging, I would say, yes. It was like a really long day and night because I played twice.
And you played all night long, right?
I tried to play all night long. I took a nap before playing all night long because I needed some some rest. Yes, I'm not a young kid anymore. I would say.
I was actually talking about this the other day. Like, is a power naps a good thing before, or is it a dangerous thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of the best practice that I can. I learned this with time and learned the hard way, I would say.
Do you find it hard to like sleep on planes and?
Sleep in place for me is almost impossible. Almost impossible. So for me, it needs to be a proper bed, a comfortable bed, and it needs to be at the right time.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
So a day like yesterday, you've had a super long day, 2 sets. Obviously, this week is really a very intense week.
Yes.
How do you wind down? Like, what do you do to just disconnect from everything?
I try my best without a lot of success to wind down because I have a lot of. DJ is not my only profession. It's like DJ is actually probably the last profession. Like I do other things. Manage artists. I'm promoter. I have a company. I have own food projects. So it's very hard to wind down. But it's good to have different things to work on. Actually.
So when you first started in music, what was your first role?
I was a promoter and an agent. Actually Georgia. I know Georgia probably more than 20 years.
Wow.
Yes, and she knew me way before I was a professional DJ. I was coming here Sonar sometimes with artists that were playing and performing Sonar. And Georgia, that's where I met her, and after a series of things made me end up doing what I liked. What was just my hobby. DJing was my hobby before, and it became my profession in 2010 when I was 40.
2010 when you were 40.
Yes, that's how I changed from being a promoter to an agent into being a DJ, and I decided that I liked the idea of this late switch.
I like it.
Yes.
Was it like an organic switch, or did it just kind of like?
I never wanted to be a DJ. Never aimed to be a DJ. It's just because at some point I was very tired of the musical scene. It was late 2000s. I was very tired of what I was like. I was working in music, of course, and I was very bored about the music, and I started my natural connection with artists and mentoring and trying to help artists grow. I say, okay, part of the part of this is like creating a record label. I create a record label because I have all these art. Like I was started receiving different music than what was actually the standard, the cliche at the time, the formula, and nobody really wanted to release. I was like helping the artists to release music. I said, okay, let's create a label on our own, and let's start exploring and experimenting with this. And the label all of a sudden exploded, like became so big, and I found myself also as a producer because I like to produce music. And they say, why don't you come DJ too? I say, no. Why don't you come with the DJ too? No. And then I ended up and I say, you know what? I actually like it.
This is all
and
right.
I was very tired of the Italian club scene and nightlife, and I was very tired. I wanted to do something different, and then I ended up being DJ tennis, basically.
Why DJ tennis?
It comes a long way, actually. It was like I used to rehearse. I used to train as a tennis player in a tennis club when I was 17 years old, and they were throwing parties. Sometimes they asked us who can actually spin records, and I said, yeah, me. And so I started DJing a tennis club. So they called me like that.
So
it was such a stupid name. I didn't. Like Movement Festival, for example, didn't want to book me for years because the name was too stupid. Then people like DJ Boring arrived, and I said, sorry, my name was not that stupid anymore.
So even before you were professional and it was a career, were you already called DJ tennis? Like
yes, but it was just a hobby. Like it was not my job. I was not getting paid. Maybe a Mars bar.
Maybe a tennis ball. Do you still play tennis now?
No. No. I'm 54 years old. I'm trying to go back at it, but there's no time.
So where was your first ever professional gig, like paid gig?
Was the 200 euros at the Club de Visionnaire in Berlin. Not bad.
Ah, I love that club.
Yes. 200 euros and a pizza. This is nice.
I love that there's always
It was for me. It was a lot of money at the time, and I was like, "Wow!" Like getting paid 200 euros a day, like
big.
For 2 hours of work.
And was the pizza good?
No, but the gig was very nice. The pizza was not good. Yeah. Club de Visionnaire 2010. Seth Troxel invited me to play his party.
I love that.
What was the name of the party? No. Need I say more? No. I don't remember. I know Detroit right now. Okay.
And then after that, were you like, actually, that's it. I'm just going to carry on doing this and forget about.
No, I didn't want. I was convincing myself that this was not the right move at the age of 40, and say why? Like it's so uncommon, but Seth, he says, yeah, that's why it's so amazing. It's uncommon. Nobody starts DJing at the age of 40. Like I said, okay.
Yeah. It's funny because I actually had this conversation yesterday with a Rhodes because he also started later on, and he was like, so many people. You think like when you speak to any artist, like, yeah, I've been DJing since I was like 7.5 years old, right? And he's like, so it's quite like not very encouraging because you feel like you can't do it because everybody else has started from when they're young. Yeah. So it's really refreshing and nice when you hear people have started their career later on in life.
But you know what is like I constantly, because also I manage younger artists. They see me as an example that never give up. Like, you know, like if we made it at the age of 40, I'm only 27.
I've still got 13 years to go. How do you find that balance between still managing other people?
It's difficult. Definitely difficult. I would say I used to manage Tale of Us, the beginning of their career, challenging, and now I manage Carlita, for example. The I like to start managing artists when they're pretty much unknown, rather than pick up an artist that is already known and already with a routine and challenging with a system. I like to build a system and a structure around the artist, and I mentor musically and creatively speaking. Like give everything I learned pretty much after years of promoting events, managing other artists, as a booking agent, and in general as a music producer. I used to do music for soundtracks, etc. So like I try to channel everything, and this is a very, for me, the reason why I do it, even if it's challenging with time, is because it's very healthy for my brain. It's like very important to do something different and be on the road. So it's a challenge. It's,
Do you manage yourself?
yeah, pretty much. Like I had some managers, but it didn't work so much.
I guess, just to say that. I guess if you have that manager mentality and you're already managing people, it must be like then weird to then also have like your own manager.
I mean, if managing, we intend managing the old school way where is everything basically organized something around the person. Yes, I need a team, but I don't call that manager. Nowadays, I think management is more, I think the future of management is more about being able to give your connections or your experience to someone and give also creative input. It's very important. Because especially nowadays, everything is so fast. So like consumption of everything is so quick and so fast. And it's important to give a direction and to help an artist find their own identity rather than push the artist like, we have to grab it and do it now. Like just create a process.
Yeah.
Always when you want to reach a goal, and that is a goal that it lasts long, a long-lasting goal, then you have to create a process, a structure.
You said before that it's good for your brain to have like these other roles.
Yes.
How important do you think it is to have like other hobbies outside of music? Because I think sometimes it gets to a point where some artists are just like music, gigs, and then don't really do anything else.
I mean, if it was music, then it's okay. But when it's touring, music, even if you play music ends up in being in a very small part of your life. Like it's funny, we work with music every day, but we actually, the research, the production, the creative part of music gets lost very easily. So first of all, you need a reality check. You need to understand that the music, you're not at the center of the world, and the music and touring cannot be the routine and the standard of your life. And you end up always thinking about that. Like, second, you're in your own bubble. You lose contact with reality. So having hobbies, having passions that are outside of the box is very important to, like, okay, first of all, there's other things that make me happy. And third, and second, I want to connect with people that's not necessarily interested in me as a DJ, but me as a person or as a whatever, like something else that is not public figure, you know. And that's very important for your mental health. And also being on the other side, like managing or touring or being an agent or working working in a club. So it helps you to understand the different aspects of your job that you often forget. So I think having hobbies outside and exploring and using the fantastic opportunity to travel, to do all the other things is so important.
Totally.
Not just like end up in a hotel room, order room service, jump out from the hotel room, go play, sleep, try to sleep, jump on a plane, and next stop, it's like you're not connected with really anything beside the public in the moment you're creating your performance. But that's it. You can do much more.
So if you travel to a city, do you try and get out and do things in that city, check out restaurants, meet people before you go and play a gig?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm doing also today. I'm cooking later. Like I have a dinner, and yeah, it's super important. Super important the fact that you find yourself, I don't know, in Santiago del Chile, and you're meeting people, exploring people. One of the easiest way for me is linking with food, because also it's my passion. But linking through food, but also because being around the table allows you to talk to people, which normally in a club you don't really go deep in conversation. When you're around the table eating, or a glass of wine, it's like you go in conversation, you discover, you learn much more than you normally do in a club. There's nothing wrong in a club, but there is more to it. So that's one of the ways, the easiest way. So I try to use travel also to capitalize some more cultural experiences, let's say.
Let's talk about food.
Yeah.
What kind of dishes did you grow up around? What were like your favorite flavors and dishes as a child?
Maybe it's obvious, pasta, of course. Like because I grew up. I grew up in a very Mediterranean family in Sicily, and learning to use very simple ingredients and very high quality simple things, and to cook simple things. That's how I cook as well, and that's how I like to taste food most of the times. I get a little bit bored, like in fine dining restaurants, if I microdosing of food for 2 hours for me is a little bit. But I like to explore, yes.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Definitely pasta, risotto. Risottos I like to cook fish. I like to cook veggies a lot, but pasta is my specialty. One of my signature dishes is like ragu or swordfish ragu, like slow cooked sauces, and take a lot of time, and the right ingredients, like right spices.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, if you could have 5 DJs over for dinner, which 5 DJs would they be, and what would you cook? And why would you choose each of them DJs?
5 DJs?
Yeah, but just
so not DJs that necessarily know how to cook.
No, they don't know how to cook. You're the chef here. You're the chef.
But Nina Kravitz is one of the most rewarding DJ when you offer her food. First, she eats everything, and second, she's super curious. She likes everything. And Nina Kravitz, I always went to dinner, I cooked for her like that, and it's such rewarding thing. Seth Roxer he literally can. It's like me. He can eat from insects to brain, scorpions, snakes. He eats literally everything, and I also eat everything, and so he's a beautiful person to cook and to share food with, and is also full of incredible stories, which is super important part of the dinner. DJ Bone. DJ Bone is a great chef, great storyteller, which is super important. Dubfire. But Dubfire is very complicated to satisfy. It's never happy about the food, but he lives here.
I know. I've been to dinners with him before, and he's very picky, isn't he?
He only likes Japanese food.
Yeah.
Japanese food. He has like his specific taste. We have to have lunch in a market in Paris the other time, and it was like a market, beautiful food. And at the beginning, I saw him, we were a little bit perplexed about about the food, but then he really enjoyed it. He normally likes like miniaturized piece of cod with the mini layer of rice. Like it likes these kind of things, which again I find a little bit boring, but like it, tasteful. But with another. Oh, Amfisa. Amfisa
Okay.
is she's originally Russian, but is Siberian, but she's Napolitan and like she grew up in Naples and she's a proper southern like me, southern Italian. So very passionate for food. Yes.
Who's not a good cook? Have you ever had a bad meal with
Oh my
someone?
God, yes. Like who is a good cook is easy. I'm not saying that, but literally, who is a good cook? Nowadays, Gen Z don't cook.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like the more you go ahead, we grow up with the mom cooking. Restaurants was a luxury every month on a Sunday. Like there was now we're used to eat outside, to order food, the delivery. But like like when I was a kid, it was going to a restaurant was like, oh, there must be a very very special thing happening today to go to the restaurant. So we had to learn literally to cook for ourselves. Also at home, when I was coming back from school with my sister, my parents were working and I had to cook for her. So that's how I learned. Like so. Now Gen Zs, like some of the Gen Z or anyway like younger artists or younger DJs, they any manual kind of work doesn't exist. It's like I manage 10 other people to do what like you have cook for me, fill my USB key, choose my clothes, like literally, which is like
Yeah.
the future of management.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. When you're like on the road and you've got obviously a lot of artists like yourself will just have to eat a lot at airports. What is like your go-to?
In the airports,
Yeah.
that's a tough question. I try not to eat in airports at all. There is few airports that are actually you can find really good food, and there's surprisingly some airports where supposedly there should be really good food. There are horrible food. Paris number one, the worst food. Like why in a French airport you go to Paul's or what was the this is even unpronounceable name. What brand is like? And it's all the same food like everywhere in every, but with a different one. Is look your organic food place, and it's just the same sandwich, same cold sandwich as the Poles, as why? Rome, not because I'm Italian. Rome has a really great food place, as Italy.
Oh yeah, Italy.
Where you can have like fresh pasta. You have, that's a place. Funny enough, one of the best places where I had food was in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Airport. They had probably one of the best barbecue places in airports I ever found. But generally speaking, food is horrible in airports. I have to say Barcelona is okay. You can have really good ham sandwich, but not much more than that.
Yeah. If you like ham.
Yeah.
Did I see that you did the first live streamed DJ set whilst making a pizza?
It was very challenging to make pizza and DJ at the same time. The reason is because all the flour was going in the CDJs. It was very hard to be clean. So, but the pizza, when you cook, the timing of cooking is not you determine it. You have to respect the time of cooking. So, and also put the tracks accordingly. So to try to manage both of them, it was a little bit of a challenge, but it worked.
Was it successful?
Yeah, it was very successful.
Good pizza?
The first was burned, but yes, I would say yes.
When did you decide that you were going to put these two passions together and create Munchie Town?
For what I just explained before is like I'm traveling. I like to cook. Wouldn't call myself a chef because I'm a cook. I work in restaurants, cooking for a long time. I have the passion for food. I have the passion for exploring places. I say, okay, I need to combine the fact that I travel a lot and I can do something else rather than DJ. So I want to go explore places, taste food, meet chefs, and cook together. Like that's what I'm doing tonight, basically. So today is I was in the market earlier, buying groceries for the dinner.
I love that. But yes, they had 2 gigs plays all night long, and most DJs will be like, "Sorry, we can't make the interview," and you're like, "No, I'm at the market buying groceries."
Yes. That's why, like, but is actually going back to mental health is like what it makes you happy, you know.
Do you feel like when you're cooking, it's like your escape?
Yes, it's definitely as a meditation process, like making music, creating something for other to experience. That's the similarity between cooking and making music. I think it's a meditation process. Yes, you disconnect. You don't have time to look at your phone, and the very few moments where I cannot can I take the phone away and not take care of like management issues, logistics, the driver, whatever. Like, is it? It's when I cook and when I make music. Is it because it's the only moment where my brain clicks and focus on something else.
What are you cooking tonight? What's on the menu?
Oysters alla tennis, smoked pepper, amachi crudo with cherries. Huh? Beef tongue ravioli with salsa verde amaretto. What else? Tiramisu alla tennis with the crunchy meringue layer.
The fried chicken lollipops.
Fried chicken lollipops.
What ingredient or food do you think best describes you? If you were a food, what food would you be? If you were a dish, what dish would you be?
Carbonara.
Why?
Because it's substantially fat and but it's super I think is I mean I compare this not me just as a person but also musically speaking. I like a lot of substance in the music. So carbonara is basically a full meal.
Yeah. Good,
That's
I like
it.
that answer. Okay, if you had to eat the same dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fish for sure. Because fish is healthy, it's balanced, but it's tasty. So definitely, probably, yeah, fish, grilled fish.
Grilled fish.
Yes.
So with all of these things happening, no, what were you going to say? Sorry.
No, I mean, if you do it for the rest of your life, you have to survive, you know?
Yeah, I see where you're thinking with this. He's forward thinking.
Yes.
Are you a big dessert person as well?
No, not really.
You're more of a savoury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm not into too much sugar in general.
Do you, What about with drinks? Do you have like a favourite drink?
I like fermented drinks.
Do you?
Yeah, kefir, kombucha. I like tepache. Tepache is a very particular drink because it's made with the leftovers of the pineapple. So everything that is like the pineapple processing, like whatever, like they use the pineapple for, all the rest, the skin, the leaves, etc., they ferment it and do tepache, which is like a very sour, very delicate, and herby fermented drink. I think is a Mexican drink. I have a big connection with Mexico, so
Have you ever made sour bread before? Sourdough bread?
no. Bread, I'm not. I need to learn. I try to make bread, but there's like a you could use it as a
Because that's fermented, right? Sourdough.
yeah, it is sourdough. Yes.
Because once I interviewed Dubfire on this podcast, and I was like, "Oh, what have you been up to today?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm making sourdough." And then he was like, but he names them. They all have names. So his sourdough was called like Chris or something, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
I think he started growing them during pandemic. Because a lot of friends of mine started like doing, oh, what's your, I'm a chef now, or I'm a sourdough, ice cream, pizza. Like a lot of people, it's actually a very good reset because you learn a lot of other things, especially we're working in a show business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny how they had different actual names.
Yeah, because it's the same organism.
It's a living creature.
It's literally a living creature. And you have to grow it, like you have to feed it with, of course,
Nurture
making
it.
bread, yes.
So with all of these things on your plate, no pun intended there, how do you, what does like a normal 24 hours look like for you?
What is actually are my 24 hours or what I would like to be?
First what they look like, and then we'll go what the perfect would be.
Oh my God. It's hard to describe, but normal for 24 hours, I wake up and catch up with emails and messages related to management, booking, etc., etc. Choose my flight for the next month, sometimes, and then few meetings with agents, managers, brands. Is morning and early afternoon, and then, I mean, on a day like yesterday, then flew here, tried to sleep on a plane without success, and always try to sleep in the hotel without success. Go to play, perform. It was actually very fun yesterday. Perform, and then go back, change, and go to perform the other show. But I actually passed out on the bed, so I was late. I was late because I needed rest. Like I didn't sleep for like 2 days almost because I came from Montreal 3 days ago, so I was yeah. So I was super jet lagged. Yes, but this normally there is, if I can divide in sections, a part of the day is dedicated to emails and all things about work and managing other artists, clothes, food creation. Oh, there's 1 hour a day I have to do in content creation, which it's the most stressful hour of my literally. I say like, no, this video, the angle is a bit, the light. No, there's not enough people fist pumping in the crowd. That's the one of the worst parts of the day.
The creation.
I'm very non-friendly with the social media, but I have to do it, and I have to curate social media also for my clients. So it's like,
oh,
yes.
So you do it for them as well?
No, and I don't do it like physically. I curate, curate. So I help them to create their email, which is easier for me to do for somebody else than me. And then and when I end up, she goes crazy. Like why are you so nervous? This photo is like, I need to. Yeah, but you shouldn't correct your face. That's literal.
It's stressful though, like because there's so
stressful.
much pressure on social media and content creation, and you need to create, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we've sort of spoken about what your day looks like. What would you like it to look like?
Yes, this. I would like to wake up with a beautiful breakfast and have time to have a great shower, a little bit of like self-care, have a very nice cooking, a very nice lunch, and have my friends over, relax a bit, and then go in the studio, work on some music, and then finally take a flight, and then go do my perfect gig, and then go sleep in an amazing hotel, and then that's my what I would love.
It's nice. Good dream.
Maybe if I like wake up in Osaka, have lunch in Italy, make music in London, have dinner in Mexico, and have a fantastic gig in Berlin.
I mean, I want your dream. I like that. I was visualizing the whole thing. Why Mexico? You said before you have strong connections with Mexico. What is it that you love so much about Mexico?
Mexico is a very fertile, non-oversaturated country with an incredible art. Creative is limiting as a term, incredible communities that come together, help each other to create art. A little bit like was, I would say, New York in the 80s, and was Berlin in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like this, is feeling like that. And there is affordable to live. There is, as I said, a lot of opportunities, even if coming from abroad or from Mexican that have that energy to create something new. And that's Mexico for me right now. While I find the United States overexpensive, oversaturated, hectic, slave to different rules, and even some cities in Europe, I still find some cities in Europe still open and with a lot of opportunities. But for example, I live in Paris. Paris is a beautiful city to live. It's beautiful to walk around. There is a lot of art, food, also the influx with Brexit, helped also the city to change a little bit, but it's oversaturated. It's very hard if you want to grow as an artist. It's not affordable. You need a hub that has a different place and a different economy.
I was wondering if you would still play at Club Division.
100%, of course. That's. I mean, Berlin has changed, but Club Divisionary is still pretty the same. I really enjoy. I used to be resident also at Panorama Bar, so it's for me, Berlin is one of the cities where I used to have the connection. It's one of the cities where people is there for the music.
Yeah.
You can see that. While you go to New York or to London, it's the same in Detroit. People is there for the music. When I played the last 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago in the Movement, all the people was there only for the festival and for the events, for the musical events, not just electronic music in general. And then Berlin is the same. You can feel that. It makes a difference.
I also have just a couple questions. I'm born in Mexico City, and I would love to know your favorite restaurant. And the second question is more towards artist development. You're wearing many different hats in this space. And building, you're talking about a formula and a plan for each artist. Is it usually a very similar formula, or is it completely different from one artist to the next?
That's a good question. Going to the restaurant, there's so many restaurants that are incredible in Mexico. I'm also own restaurants in Mexico City, but it's incredible. Mexico is infinite. It's impossible to choose one. But one of my favorites is called Maximo Bistro. And regarding the formula, I think there is no. I think the ability of a good mentor, manager, is really not to follow the formula. The formula is killing the music scene. We are surrounded by formulas, like repetitions and things that are because they work. Of course, economically they work. They're profitable if you find the right formula, and it's profitable to repeat it. But at the same time, it's also killing the ability to the freedom of creating something different on expression or art forms created by individuals, So I think when I work with artists, I try to understand potential and work on the potential of the artist, also based on the music taste of the artist and music background is very important. I think that makes a difference, but that's my opinion, of course.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Did you?
if you would have to create like the best events linking music and food, what would it be?
What would, how, where?
No, like the perfect like events that you have to create linking food and music.
Definitely in the countryside. It can be Italy, it can be Mexico, for example, places where there is a lot of space and a lot of culture. Probably Spain. I don't know Spain enough. I have to be honest, but definitely where you have raw products that are really really good, and there is a good good food tradition, like and local tradition. Say for example, Italy, especially like regions like Piemonte, they're pretty good at that. And there is have to be you have to be able to reach it because otherwise you isolate yourself too much. But if you find there is an amazing food and music event in Valle de Guadalupe in Baja California in Mexico, and it's incredible. So Mexico, Italy, probably they will be my best choices. Yeah.
Yuma?
I have 3 questions. The first one, your perfect breakfast.
Perfect breakfast. For me, it's super simple. Honestly, it's very like it's eggs and fruits. The eggs like the way you want it. That's a perfect breakfast. Not so much coffee because I personally, yeah, coffee has a weird effect on me, but tea, but fruits and veggies is the breakfast food, the perfect breakfast for me.
Second one, your favorite restaurant in Paris.
Le Verre Volé is an incredible wine bar and restaurant. It's super tiny and has it's very friendly and there is a menu changing every day. It's super based on the farm to table, like whatever available is in the market on the day, which is for me is the best way to operate a restaurant.
And the first one, when are we doing Munchie Town in Soho House?
Oh, sorry,
When are we doing like your dinner here?
August.
We were discussing
August. I did Soho House Miami.
Yeah. So we were.
Yeah, yeah,
We did
yeah.
twice in Miami.
I did it twice. Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah.
they're really good.
So in August.
Yes, August. We're planning for August. Yes.
Nice. Okay, we have 2 last questions. Or 3.
For the dinner. Okay, thanks God we are full. We are full, but I cannot get. But you mean tonight or we're
No,
here?
when you do it in August.
Of course, they're all invited.
I love that.
When was your longest set?
17 hours, back to back with Solomon and a cave in Ibiza.
In Tim's
After a 5-hour set at Pasha. So it was total 22 hours probably.
Did you have any snacks in between?
No. No, fruits, bananas. Actually, yes. But I had a lot of alcohol. I think I have blurred memories of of some moments of the night. But yeah.
If you could play with anybody, like tonight, would it be dead or alive?
That's a very good question. Laurent Garnier.
Amazing.
But Laurent Garnier is also the person who inspired me the most to be a DJ in a way, because I used to be his agent. So like,
Wow, really?
yeah, so I was in contact watching him creating the magic, and he taught me like he's one of the few DJs that can do a DJ set starting from reggae, passing to trance music, and then going to hip hop, and then a breakbeat, and then a drum and bass in one set. So it's basically a masterclass, just watching him.
Totally.
So playing with him would be a dream.
Did you have a last question?
If you have to choose between being a DJ and being a producer, what would you choose? What's your favorite part of it? And the second question is, do you believe that someone could be a top DJ and a top producer at the same time?
I would choose the producer because I like making music. I think is timeless. So you never get bored. You can always do it. While DJ has a sort of kind of shorter life, and also DJ also depends on also your. Sometimes like sometimes I question myself why I still on the road like so much. But why I never question like me being in a studio making music. Yes, a successful producer can be a successful DJ. Yeah? Like if I see successful producer and DJs,
You see more like the more successful producer than the more successful DJs.
I don't understand the question. Sorry, I probably didn't.
If you see in your personal view DJs who are very successful DJs,
Yeah.
at the same time they're very successful producers, or you have to see them doing one or another.
I think the two things together work well if you find the right balance. It's very important to find the right balance. This is one mistake I did, for example, at the beginning of my DJ career, which was very late in time, because I got super excited. Like imagine like as also young DJ is, so yeah, let's go get it. And then you forget a lot about the producing part, which is super important because it helps you also to grow as a DJ because you listen more, you listen to yourself more. You choose, you pick your battles as a producer and also as a DJ more if you get into the music as music creation. You start also questioning so if what you do is good enough, like because when you DJ, yeah, you have maybe a wrong DJ set one night, okay, but if you produce a wrong track or you're on a wrong album, that stays forever.
So true. Okay, and to finish, just because I ask every guest on the podcast, which is called Can You Put Me on Guest List, do you have a guest list rule?
Yes, please list the names all in one message, one after the other. Don't send me, hey, I know you're playing tonight. It would be me and my friend. Can you please put me in a guest list? Blah, blah, blah. I say, what's the name of your friend? Yes, my friend is from. And then when you have to forward the message, you have to cut and paste all of these things. That's the rule number one. I ask, please send me one only message. Everybody listen, no commas. Everybody listen in vertical. I can just forward directly, and you're gonna have more success in getting the guest list.
It's so true, or without like the little lines at
Or
the
the people
beginning.
speaking in between the names.
Yeah.
Like
And
writing.
then this is my cousin.
He's a really good fan, and I say.
Yeah.
No, but I do care, but it's really non-functional.
Yeah, I get that.
It doesn't work.
Has any fans ever bought you any food, like as a gift?
Your birthday?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
I had people coming with sausages.
The
They-
croquettes.
Croquettes in Netherlands, they come always the croquette. I was used to play for my birthday party in Tilburg, and they come with a cake of croquettes. You know what croquettes are? Okay, cake of croquettes, like with candles. Or friends are coming with sausages, cheeses, ham. Yeah, sauces that I cannot transport. I have to check in the luggage, like bottle of sauce. It's like typical Italian, like your mom. In Italy, your mom, when you go back home,
Gives
from,
you
you're
everything.
gonna know. You open your luggage, there's a bunch of sauces, like charcuterie and
I love
cheese.
I love that.
Like,
Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you.
has been wonderful.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, everybody.